right, how's everybody doing out there? I want to let you know I'm really crossing the limits here to come on live and talk about this situation. I'm putting my channel on the line. I know you don't know what that means, but trust me, we've got to get the message across, let me tell you that. Okay, so I was on here live. I don't think it was last night. I think it was the night before. Maybe it was, no, it was yesterday morning. Anybody that caught that video need to pay attention. And if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it, because I'm telling you, we are headed for chaos, people. We're headed for a disaster, and that's the fact. We're going to try not to get loud tonight. I just want to explain some stuff that's going on. And I'm sure by now everybody has heard what's going on. Trump has been taken out and tried as an assassin attempt for the second time. Thank God that Jesus Christ was on the golf course with him, and they caught the guy that actually tried to kill him. Let's go ahead and name some names here. We got Can't Be Beat. That's L.J. Kelly. We got Larry Dickman again. We got Glenn Hodges. Your soul is the most valuable possession a human has, but few will eternally profit by its existence. Now, I got to agree with the Glenn there. Until you know who Jesus Christ is, you'll never know what your soul is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say this right at the beginning. Money doesn't matter. You don't need money, okay? If you have Jesus, he will provide and give you the money you need. But don't believe me, you know. We got Sid. Hi, Pete. Steve Zolinsky, Pete. Captain Spaulding, 58. Chevrolet Evening. Robert Carpenter. The golf course is dangerous. That's what we're going to talk about. What's up, everyone? Joe Artulio. We got Greg Gillespie, Unbleached. Roger Dopp, Pat Bitsky. We got Hoosier's Garage, Richard Carter, Last Chance. Robert Williams, hey Pete, my brother is here. Okay, that's great, Robert. I hope y'all have a beautiful drive in your Carmen Ghia. BMW Rider, Skate Punk, Richard Carter, Nita, Dennis, Timothy, Joe, Ty, Deer Slayer, Crashes Roadrunner, Dan, and Ann Cottoman, and Mo Parnett. T-Bird, 3. Nita Marie. These maniacs will stop at nothing. Stop him. May God protect President Trump. Okay, let's get on with the situation. So everybody knows by now that President Trump had an attempt on his life again. They caught the guy. He's in jail. How long he will live, we don't know. Speaking of living, the whistleblower, the ABC whistleblower, this is just news I heard, got in a car wreck and died. The one that whistleblowed about Harris having earpieces and getting questions to practice up on and all this other stuff. He got in a car wreck and got killed. What a coincidence, you know? What a coincidence. So there's a lot going on in the world, especially in America. And if America falls into the trap of the other 3 great world leaders, we will become NWO, New World Order. I can tell you this right now, it will be a fact if we fall in to the situation of what might and it may about happen. We got North Korea, we got Russia, we got China. Those are basically the three largest countries along with America. We got open borders on America. The only country that has open borders, everybody in their right mind that has a brain that can think knows that open borders on a country never work. It ruins the country becomes chaos, and then it becomes, are you ready for this? I'm going to go ahead and say it, dictatorship. The country is ruined. We got 25 million illegal aliens in our country now. The government is starting a program to build 3 million houses for the illegal aliens, 3 million of them. Free house, no taxes, tax-free. They're handing out driver's license to illegal aliens faster than they can print them. Faster than water flushes in a toilet. The sewer plant cannot keep up with all the water that's being flushed and everything else inside it. Once these people get a United States driver's license, and God only knows what else they're giving them, we don't know, they become registered voters. If we continue to live as a democracy and let our government shoot us down and track us like dogs, I hate to say this, people, we're living in hell. This is hell. This is the beginning of living in hell. Are we a free country? Can I ask you that question? Are we free? Is there such a thing as we, the people? I'm going to go ahead and repeat myself on a lot of action that's going on here because it needs to be repeated to get it through your sick brains. People that think that our government officials running our country now are doing a good job. It's insane. It's oblivious. It's total blindness. Total blindness. They've already taken our history. They've taken our history and flushed it down the toilet. They have removed every single bronze statue across America of what our history and who our history makers are. Don't you understand that this government that is running America right now wants to rewrite history? They are bringing transvestites, homosexuality into elementary schools to brainwash children so they will grow up in a lifestyle of what is going to be worse than what is today. We're going to have a special guest with us. Minnie, the body shop girl, will be joining us here in a minute. Okay, hold on. We got 400 Beverly Hills. But you took your history away from us. Okay, who took what? Okay, explain yourself there, 315. But you took this land. Who took the land? Who? It's not yours. Oh, it's not. Okay. NOPW. You will lose it. Okay. You keep up your sarcastic remarks, okay, and I'm going to block you. Paleface has lost control of his tribe. Well, I have a feeling I know who you are, all right? And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to block you. I will be blocking you. So, go ahead and leave another comment, guy. Captain Spaulding said, God wants his rainbow back. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. 315. 315's a clown act. You're damn right. What we got here, people, is basically a clown act. But we don't have a circus with funny clowns and and clowns that make you laugh. We have a horror house of clowns. Frightful, disgusting, leech crawling, leech infested clowns with intestines full of maggots coming after us. You think Captain Spaulding in a House of 1,000 Corpses was a bad clown? You ain't seen nothing yet. You haven't opened your eyes big enough to see the real clown act. Because it's not funny. It's not funny. Engine 1142 says, hello from the Blackfeet Nation here in Montana. Okay. If you say so, I don't believe you, but let's go ahead and see what... Let's go ahead and look at this guy's channel activity. Moderator activities in the last year. 0, 0, 0 chat messages in the last year. The only chat messages that you've had in the last year are on this video. So who are you? Are you a troublemaker guy? I think you are. Inge 1142. Oh, you actually joined 9 years ago, and you have 15 subscribers. I'll tell you, some people are just, this is the kind of action that you got. This is why we are in the chaos that we are. Because we cannot come together. We cannot live as brothers and sisters. We cannot unite as one. We got to be divided. We got to be hate. We got to have destruction and lies and cheats in the world. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we'll go ahead and ignore the 2 clown acts that we've already ran into and see what other action comes our way. Engine 1142 says weirdo. Okay, I don't know why they're all okay, why are you? Exactly, everyone's after each other. That's right, Joe. Dirtbag. Trump 2024, weak. So what does this prove? What does this attempt of assassination prove? Can you say what it proves? It could prove what I was talking about yesterday, and that is dictatorship. It could prove that this country has turned into a democracy, not a republic. It can also prove that socialism is on its way. Do you understand this? Do you see this? The only way Trump can be stopped is if you got it. I'm not going to say the word. We're not going to bring that into it. If he is taken out of the picture. It's a sad deal. The only president in the United States history that has been charged with criminal crimes, has went to court for criminal activity that he did not commit, has been convicted of criminal crimes. This is the only politicianal statute of characters in his status of life that has been tortured the way he has. And now, not just one time, but 2 times, he has been attempted to be assassinated. We went through 4 years of hell having him as president. 4 years. Because all we heard in the news, all that was on TV, all that was on YouTube, all that was on any social media was, we need to get rid of Trump. We need to impeach him. He's the worst president in the world. He's done nothing to us. And then what happens after that? Bam! We got COVID that hit us in the face. This is all a setup deal, people. This is a plan. Trump can't stop it, but he is the only one that can slow it down. I'll agree with that. Her Scrambler. Steve Zalewski says, we are star seeds. Well, you have to explain what a star seed is. I don't know what that is. We need alligators. Yeah, you need mental help, buddy. That's what you need. Okay? Daniel Barr says, my friend Pete's worth $25. Thank you very much, Daniel Barr. I appreciate that. That'll go toward my electric bill. Daryl Oberling says, I pray for Trump. First part being free, turn off the damn TV. Pretty much, Steve. We got Felix Dackett that says, my friend Pete's worth $2. Thank you very much. He likes my streams and sharing. You know, I try to play the common sense guy is what I do. I try to play the guy that I ain't fucking smart, okay? For one. I'm just a common sense guy that works his ass off. Believe it or not, I worked all day in my shop. I worked all day yesterday. We rewrote our Razor one time this year. I actually have it up for sale. I'm probably going to put my Baja up for sale. And all this comes from the government that we have in office right now. You've already heard it a million times. You've been there a million times. You go to the grocery store and you're spending $100 for one bag of groceries. It's unbelievable. We got Minnie, the body shop girl. She just walked in. So let's go ahead and get Minnie, the body shop girl, over here if you want to sit down. You got your Pepsi?
I do.
Okay, so what we're talking about here, we're talking about the government. You probably already know that. Just to let everybody know, Minnie, the body shop girl, does not really like talking politics. So we're going to start our little hayride off with Minnie about her trip to Israel. And that was last year, am I correct?
Yep, almost.
Okay, so you got to talk a little loud. The microphone's way over here. I'm just letting you know, okay?
Yeah, it was almost 1 year ago.
And then
October 7th will be 1 year.
Okay, what happened when you were there?
War broke out.
War broke out when Minnie the Body Shop Girl was over in Israel, enjoying a beautiful vacation and having a wonderful time. What was the action when you were there? Did you see anything going on?
Well,
Go ahead and tell us.
We did not see any bombs or hear any bombs or see any smoke or anything like that. We actually, the morning of
The attack.
Yeah, the morning of the declaration.
Right.
Put it that way. None of us saw anything. We didn't know nothing about it. We get on the bus. We're supposed to be going to the Dead Sea. The guide tells us the Dead Sea is closed, or that's what he's been told. But we're going to go and check it out.
Okay, so you're on your way to the Dead Sea.
We get to the Dead Sea.
What time was it?
It's in the morning.
Like what? Like 6 in the morning,
No,
8 o'clock?
7 or 7.
Okay, 7 o'clock in the morning.
So we get there, and of course, it's a national park. It's like, Arches National Park.
Okay.
We get there, and it's closed. So we didn't even get off the bus. He just got off the bus, and he came back and said, yeah, it's closed. And it was pretty
Now, were there
obvious.
Pakistani guards at the gate? What was that?
No, there was no guards anywhere.
All right.
Nothing like that. I mean, and so he got back on the bus, and then he told us
That war broke out.
They had declared war that morning.
Yeah.
So we got back in town, and we did. Everything was pretty much closed. The town closed up. All the businesses pretty much shut down. There were a few stores open, but that was pretty much it. The other sightseeing places, they all closed.
Okay, let's back up for a minute. As you were driving, didn't you see a parachuter or somebody in the sky coming down?
I
was
forgot about that. Yeah,
what
it's
was
one
that?
of those paragliders. It's got the fan on the back and the canopy.
Okay, her scrambler says we're worth $3 today. Thank you very much.
As we were going to the Dead Sea, the guide even says, "Oh, look over there. There's a paraglider guy." And it was just one, and he was off in the distance all by himself, and we didn't think nothing of it. But then later that night, when we got back to the hotel, I turned the news on in my room, BBC News, which is broadcasted in English, and of course they showed the terrorists, the Hamas terrorists, coming into that concert, and there was, a lot of them flying that same exact machine that we saw that one when we were going to the Dead Sea.
So now we're going to fast forward, and I don't know if this was the same day or the day after or whatever, you're on your way to go see something, and the Pakistani guards stopped the vehicle, and they searched you or asked for identification, and they were armed with machine guns and grenades and everything. What is that? What happened?
That was every checkpoint.
Every checkpoint.
That was even before when we first got there.
So how did you feel?
We went from one country into the other, you know, in
Yeah.
border crossings.
But there was one country they wouldn't let you in. They said turn around and go back or something. I'm like,
no. Now the day we were to leave on the 10th, which was our scheduled day to leave. Of course, the war is, you know, raging by this time, several days in, and we got on the bus very early that morning, and we just barely got out.
Yeah.
Most of the roads were all blockaded, and we're talking with big concrete blocks that they.
so they did that quick. They had they had concrete barricades everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an overnight deal. You blink your eye, and beautiful city one day.
And there was one place that we drove by, and you could see, and we had already drove by that place the day before, and I remember it because there was trash everywhere, and there were 4 or 5 tires, like, you know, old abandoned tires.
On fire.
No, in this roundabout.
Right.
A few days before that, and then the day or 2 days after, when we started to leave, when we were leaving the country, those tires we drove by, and those tires were burnt to ash. And we couldn't get out that way. And our driver, who had been a driver for like 50 years, he was an older man, he got us out, and we actually squeezed through a barrier. There was just enough room, and we squeezed through the barrier.
Well, thank God you were there and not me. Let me ask you this question. So, you get out of there, and you're on your way to the airport, and they tell you, sorry, you're not leaving at this airport. You have to go.
We already knew. We already knew that we weren't
So,
going to
what
that
was your
airport.
feelings? What I'm asking, what was your feelings? How did you feel inside when they said, sorry, the airport's closed, and you're not leaving through that entrance?
Well, I was glad because
Really?
because the airport that we were supposed to go out of in Tel Aviv was where bombing and stuff.
Well,
was
that's
going
what I'm
on.
saying.
Yeah, so we were all glad we weren't going there. Nobody wanted to go there.
And instead
so
of
we had headed the opposite direction and left out of Jordan.
So now you get to Jordan, you get to the airport, and all of a sudden.
I thought Jordan was going to be a small airport. I had no idea it was a big, giant airport like DFW, huge, big.
Yeah.
I mean, probably bigger than DFW. It's a huge place. And I thought that it would be crazy with people, you know, trying to get out, and, you know.
Wasn't it like chaos, like people? But you said you were in line for many hours.
That was at border crossings.
Okay, so border cross, got it.
At the actual airport, when we finally got to the airport, there was, I mean, it was just like normal crowds, normal activity. I mean, there was people with guns, of course, you know, but it was normal. I thought it was going to be, you know, panic and people freaking out, but it was all.
But now hold on, you told me that there was a lot of people actually panicking, and they were constraining themselves on getting through the gates, and you actually helped everybody get in line and through the gates.
No, that's
or
not.
Some, what was going on there?
Okay, that was at a border crossing. When we got out, when we left Bethlehem, because we left from Bethlehem.
Okay.
And we had to go through a couple of crossings, and we had to get out, and we had to buy visas. And we were standing in line. There's 33 of us, and we are standing in line.
And people are cutting in line.
No, not yet. There's lots of people all over, and it wasn't a panic situation, but there's lots of people there, and everybody wants out, and everybody needs to buy a visa.
Right.
And there's not really lines, and there's not, you know, little barriers. You know how most places have, you know, lines where you're obviously, but no, it's not like that over there. It's just, you know, you just kind of try to form a line, and hopefully nobody cuts in front of you.
Yeah.
And but once we finally, the first person in our group got up there and found out we were in the wrong line. After all that, after waiting for several hours. So then the priest that was with us, Father Doss, he says, just everybody stay here. I'm going to the other building, and I'm going to buy visas for everybody, and just everybody stay here.
So the father bought all these
went over
visas,
there,
$300 each.
No, they were like $30.
Oh, 30, okay.
And he got paid back, but anyhow, so he went over there and got all the visas. We got back on the bus, and then at the next stop that we had to get out and buy visas again, that's when we had people butting in line and just walking up and getting in front of people, and you're trying to get, and people, and there were
now it's chaos.
Well, it wasn't chaos, but there were 4 bald men that broke in line and just butted up and got.
But
right
didn't you
in
go
front
up there and tell them?
Well, you let me finish talking.
I'm just saying, that's all.
If you listen.
Okay, go ahead.
So anyhow, I'm like getting upset because we're not getting up there because 4 bald men have already cut in line and got in front of us, and then there's a lady on my right. And her husband, and they kind of come up to me and they start talking to me, and I'm like, the line is back there because they were going to cut in front of me. You could just
But
tell.
you didn't. Minnie, the body shop girl, saying you ain't cutting in front of me. Get your ass back.
I told him the line was back there.
Get back there, bitch.
And then there was another lady, and she had 10 passports in her hand, and she comes up and she says, I need to get in line, and I said, the line's back there.
Good, the line's back
and
there.
Then I told all the people that were all with me, we were like 6, I was like 6 people back from the front, and our people were already at the cashier's desk. And
there's still people trying to get in front of you.
I told everybody,
wow.
Put your hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you, and don't let these people butt in line anymore. So, yeah, and
Okay.
yeah, it was a mess, but yeah, we got out of there finally. It took a while, but.
So Unbleached says that Father Doss, that's our parish priest.
In Price, yes.
Well, I don't know. Are you in Price, Utah, Unbleached? I don't think he is. So anyway, you kind of heard a little story of what happened with Minnie over in Israel. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this, and I'm going to see if Minnie, the body shop girl, agrees with me. If we don't do the right thing, America can be in that position. Am I right or wrong?
Well,
Do you think that America can be overtaken with a word, one word, called dictatorship? And if we don't abide by it, we might be the next Israel that hits the planet. What do you think of that
I
idea?
think it'll be quite like Israel, but.
What do you
I
think?
do-
What's your thoughts on that? That's what I'm asking.
Well, if Trump is.
Talk a little loud here. The microphone's up
If Trump is
here.
elected, he is going to call out, I'm sure, the National Guard to make sure and protect everybody.
Well, we don't even know if Trump's going to get elected.
No, we sure don't. But
Okay, look it. He's already been tried to be assassinated twice. You know, we still got 52 days before voting.
yeah, I know.
That's a long
And,
time.
This assassination attempt today tells me that they are really, really running
They-
scared because.
That's right.
I mean, the only that's what it tells me anyhow. I mean, they have no other way to get rid of him except kill him, apparently. So yeah.
Okay, Unbleached. I need to ask Unbleached a question. Are you in Price, Utah, Unbleached? Yes or no? That's all I want to ask him. So, I was online here, and I want to go to this page here, and I want to ask you what you think, and if this sounds to you like what's going on now, okay? Can I go ahead and read some stuff here, and then we're going to ask Minnie, the body shop girl's opinion on this.
Well, I don't think we're going to turn into a dictatorship. I think
Okay.
we're going to turn us into a socialist society.
Well, that's the start of it, which we're already almost there anyway. 16 years.
I don't think there's too many rich people running the
Okay, you're not
show
letting
to-
me
for-
finish.
To let just one of them.
No, there's one person running the operation, and he's got his little morons as puppets.
I don't think it's just one.
Okay, so we got 5 different dictatorships. Now, number 1, we're going to leave that out because that's actually the military that rules the country. All right? So the military isn't running our country. We got number 2, which it says powers. This is called monarchies. The powers obtained and passed through family connections. That ain't happening either. We got number 3. It's called personalistic dictatorship. The leader may be supported by a party or military, but still retains the overwhelming majority of power, especially regarding whom to place in which governmental role and relies heavily upon their own charisma to maintain control. Leaders of these type of dictatorships often place those that are the loyalists to them in positions of power, qualified or not, and foster cults of personality to sway public opinion to their side. Like most dictators, they also often employ secret police and violence to silence critics.
Okay, well, that secret police stuff ain't gonna happen here because they like to do it.
Really?
They like to do it out in the open.
Now hold on, we just heard today,
They do it out in the open here.
we just heard today that the whistleblower on ABC just got in a car wreck and died. We just heard that.
That has nothing to do with secret police.
Okay. Secret police and violence. Secret police and violence.
Yeah.
Let's go back to this situation, okay? Heavily upon their own charisma to maintain control. Leaders of these dictatorships often place those loyal to them in positions of power. The most loyal person that the abomination ever had was Joe Biden. He was placed as a president.
Okay.
They randomly picked this Harris lady. And this was a plan. This is what I believe. You can call it a conspiracy theory if you want. But I believe that she was picked as the vice president because that would have been, or that might be, or she could be the first lady president to be the first lady puppet. That's my opinion about it. What do you think?
Okay, that's fine, but that's still not a dictatorship.
Okay.
But it's
A
still
dictatorship.
I know what it is, people.
Okay, go ahead and tell me what you think a dictatorship is.
It's more or less like, it would never happen here because it's more like a third world country thing. We're not going to, even the government is not going to let one person dictate everything.
Okay.
There's too many of them wanting to run things.
Okay, this is what life is like in a country ruled by dictatorship. Dictatorships suffer
Cuba,
from an obvious.
Venezuela, places like that.
Dictatorships suffer from an obvious and significant imbalance of power.
We don't have that.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we
No,
do. We do
no.
have an imbalance of power.
Okay,
Yes.
well,
Our country.
only because it's criminal.
Okay, our country is running in chaos. Exactly.
No,
It's running criminal. It's running with Satan.
that's for sure.
Okay, Satan is running our country right now. We got Fruit Loops running our country. We got Fruit Loops running our military. You're telling me if America goes to war, we're going to win with what we got?
Yeah,
The Navy,
I'd like to see those Navy boys.
the
girls.
United States Navy, is one of their perks to join the Navy is a sex change. If you join, we'll pay for a sex change.
All right, let's don't go there. Pete. Come on. I've heard you talk about that too many times.
A dictator may have a team of officials who advise him or her to help keep the government running. But these officials ultimately have very little control and influence. On a similar note, a dictatorships, regular citizens have no voice in most matters. The dictator is the absolute ruler. From the outside looking in, life with dictatorship appears akin to being in a toxic relationship or living situation. However, many people in long-running dictatorships such as North Korea and Cameroon have never experienced anything else, so living in a dictatorship is much less jarring and shocking to them. Let's go to elementary schools. Let's talk about elementary children all the way up through high school. They are being trained and they are living in this right now. So if this continues, it'll be a normal thing to them. They won't know what republic is. They won't know what Republicans are. They'll never know what our forefathers are because the Democratic Party and the haters out there and the people above, they, them, have destructed America and took every single piece of history off of our country. You yourself said that the history that they are teaching our children now is completely different than...
Well, they were rewriting history and everybody.
That's what I just said. That's what dictatorship is. They are.
Okay.
You don't believe that?
Pete, I don't agree that we're going to be a dictatorship, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
If that's what you believe.
I didn't say we're gonna be. I was saying.
Look there. There's my alarm.
I was saying that we are headed in that direction of democracy being a socialized country and possibly a communist country that will join up leadership with China, North Korea, and Russia.
Yep.
Everything you buy besides groceries is made in China. Everything. I just changed the brakes on my truck, am I right? Every single part that I used, including the brake cleaner, the brake fluid cleaner, the spray,
that's 'cause
is
we
from
can't
China.
get anybody to work in America. Nobody wants to work.
Okay.
Everybody wants to be an influencer.
That's right. Everybody wants to take social media and make money off that. Now, there's one, it's called My Friends, or what's that site called? Friends Only, or there's that one social media place that people are getting on, and girls and women and Olympic.
Oh, the porno site.
Yeah, that porno site. It's called Friends.
Fans only.
Fans Only.
Yeah. See,
Minnie.
that's what I thought TikTok was when you first told me about TikTok. I thought it was a porno site.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I never see porno.
my
on
personal
TikTok.
opinion, I think TikTok is a communist site, and it's brainwashing people to believe a lot
I
of
tell you
different
what,
stuff.
it's a site that makes you waste time.
A lot of time.
Waste time.
Now, when I get on there and make my videos, I'm just gonna, my videos are basically instructional videos. I don't get on there and blab my mouth. I don't get on there talking politics and all this other stuff. I tried to upload JFK speech, and they threatened to ban me if I tried it again.
I believe that.
I could not believe that. That was shocking. And that's just an example of what a communist country is. They are going to tell you what you can do and what you can't do.
I'll tell you what, the main thing that we can do right now about this whole big mess is pray a lot and go vote. If you don't vote, then we can't win. And I'm hoping and praying. I saw an article, I don't know if it's true, there's so much fake news out there, but it was, I believe it's Georgia, and Georgia passed a law, voting law, saying that they're going to match up the votes to the registered voters to make sure they don't have any extra voting going on. So I'm hoping that maybe a bunch of other states will adopt that or something similar to that, so that we don't have any kind of fraud. And
We just really don't know. It's a gamble.
Pray a lot and go vote.
I'll be honest with you. My opinion, I think Obama, the second term of Obama, it was rigged, and he was set in there. And ever since then, besides the Trump winning, I think that all the elections have been rigged, especially this last one. With the COVID coming on and all that, I'm telling you, it was a rigged deal. China parts are bad new parts in general, curbed my enthusiasm for fixing other automobiles. Skate Punk says, I want to see the square body, not today. 3i Ready says, you're still supporting that platform.
What platform is that?
I randomly put videos on there. I don't get on there and promote communism, and I don't get paid to do that. I put small, less than 10-minute quick videos on there for you to learn on. So you can get on here and say that I promote that all you want. That's up to you. I don't give a shit. I want to see the square body. Let's see, Skate Punk again. Mail-in votes is bullshit. Do you think they're going to have mail-in votes this year?
Let me tell y'all what happened.
Okay.
Did I tell y'all what happened last year when I went and voted?
Oh, go ahead and tell them.
Okay, I got my mail-in ballot in the vote in the mail, you know, and I told Pete, I said, this is bullshit. I don't like this mail-in stuff. I want to
And
go
she
vote.
didn't want to vote. She didn't want
I
to.
wanted to vote on
She
it.
didn't want to send the mail-in vote in, so we went in person.
Listen.
I waited out in the car. Go ahead.
I went in. I had my mail-in vote with me, but my ballot, my mail.
Anti wants to know if you're a liberal.
No, I'm not a liberal.
Go ahead.
Okay, So I walk in there, and there's nobody in the place. Nobody except 2 workers behind the counter. There's no voters there. There's no voting booths anywhere. There's nobody nowhere. And I'm like, I came here to vote. Where's the voting machines? And he's like, what? Didn't you get your mail-in ballot? And I said, yeah, I got it right here, but I want to vote on a machine. Where's the machines at?
It's over in the back corner with dust all over, and it's not plugged in. Are you serious?
Literally, there was one machine, and he looked over at it, and it was pushed up against the wall.
Unplugged.
And it wasn't even
Unplugged.
plugged into the wall.
Unfucking plugged. Now, I'm going to ask
I made
you.
him plug that bitch in, and I voted on that machine, and I guarantee my vote did not count last year.
And I want to ask
I
you,
guarantee it did not
do you
count
think
last
he
year.
went over there after she voted and unplugged it? And put the
Yes.
cover back on it?
Yes, I guarantee he did. I could
What
not
a
believe
fucking,
it.
I
was
couldn't fucking
appalled.
believe it. Unbelievable. One day I want to hear the missus' stories about when she traveled to and they did all that stuff bullshit. We just talked about that, 12.
No, I'm gonna do that soon. I'm actually really gonna do that soon. I got a 30-minute video that the actual guide company, made for us that we had to purchase. And we didn't have to, and we're gonna show it.
So
and,
Minnie, we're actually gonna make a video where Minnie is, what do you call that? Behind the scenes talking, narrator. She's gonna be the narrator, and then we'll upload that video. We're not gonna do that one live.
Exactly.
Okay, machine. Okay, her scrambler says machines are rigged. Yeah, they're also rigged in Las Vegas. Don't go there and gamble. You're gonna fucking lose.
So just vote. Just vote. However they make us vote, just vote. Okay, just vote. If you can go and vote in person, do that. But if you have to mail in, well, do what you gotta
This
do.
is the real deal, people. Today was verification and proof that
They are running.
they are running scared. They are. Did anybody see the video where they told Joe Biden to put the Trump 2024 hat on, and he actually did? Has anybody seen that? This is the kind of clowns that we are dealing with here, guys.
No, and then
The incompetent pieces of shit that are fucking running my country.
I just saw a little video of Biden. It was really funny. I think it was taken yesterday, and he was with some school kids, about 15 or 16 of them. They're all together, and he's like standing in the middle of them, and at least 10 of them have Trump shirts on. Most awesome video I saw.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I like to play says, why vote on machines if they are rigged? You know, the real deal is we really don't know if it's rigged or not. But that's what they want you.
It not be.
They want you to believe that so you can say, fuck it, I'm not going to vote. I'm not voting, it's rigged anyway, and I can't do nothing about it. Don't you understand? Don't you see how you are being manipulated and brainwashed through the consciousness of the government we have running our country? Can't you see that? Okay, so anything else that Minnie in the Body Shop girls got to spay?
No, I'm done.
Okay, Felix says that he saw the spit roasted dog. You're going to have to share that with us, Felix. I don't remember a spit roasted
dog.
dog.
The only thing I saw on that was the police pulled up. There was a black woman squatted down on the ground. There was and it showed, you could actually see just for a split second a bloody something on the ground in front of her.
But that was a cat.
They made her stand up. They made her take a picture of her teeth like this because she had blood in her teeth. Yeah, I saw.
I'd like to see that video because here's another guy, Anti, that says he saw it too.
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw the video of the spit-tuned dog being barbecued?
No.
Okay, well that's what these guys are talking. They're talking about the dog being barbecued
Well,
like
you
a
see, he
a
never
fucking
listens
cow.
To what I say. Never listens to what I say.
I'm trying to read people's comments
I
here.
know you're.
But I'm trying to read
Can't
people's
do both?
comments.
Can't do both.
Her scrambler says paper ballots are same-day voting are the only way to go.
Well, there's only supposed to be one day of voting, period, except for the people that vote early. But yeah, and they don't even do that.
What do you think about the government building 3 million houses for illegal aliens and giving it to them for free, tax-free? What do you think of that?
You don't want to know what I think.
No, go ahead. We want to know. We want to know what Minnie the Body Shop Girl's angle is on that situation. Go ahead.
Well, I think it's bullshit, and I'm hoping that all the illegals will be deported when
Yeah.
Trump gets in office on a one-by-one basis.
I don't know how. Look, I don't know how that's going to happen. That's
Well,
going
he
to.
said he's going to do it on a case.
But
by
that
case
has
basis.
to
He's
be-
not just going to load them all up. I mean, you know,
I don't think he can do that in 4 years. 25 million.
Right.
Where are you going?
I'm done.
Why?
Done. Because I'm missing I gotta go do my eye drops and stuff, and I'm done.
Okay, thank you very much, Minnie the Body Shop Girl. We appreciate all your input. You didn't really give us much, but that's life.
Well, you
So,
talk too much.
is Utah a blue or red state? Utah is a red state. Sid.
We're conservative, but Mitt Romney is a traitor, and he's retiring.
Okay.
Thank God.
Thank
he's
you,
a traitor. He's
Minnie.
a traitor.
The Body Shop Girl. We'll see you later.
Mitt Romney's a traitor.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Thank God he's retired.
Okay, everybody loves Minnie. All the hearts are flying tonight. Look at them.
Bye.
There they go. Okay. All right. So Minnie actually begged me not to get loud with her and argue, so I tried to do my best. Minnie actually does a lot of work for our church. She is close friends with our priest, and she does a lot of organizational stuff, and you know, just tries to do her part in keeping the world sane. And that's what we need to do. We need to do what we can do to keep the world sane and help others that don't believe or that don't want to vote, talk them in to doing something. Kimberly Williams is saying goodbye to Minnie. Later, Minnie. Later, Chica. Okay, so everybody, Minnie's gone, 100% brainwashed. Kevin Braniski, that's right, Kevin. It's a bad deal. There's nothing we can do but vote. What's this going to turn into if the blue streak takes the train and hauls ass with it? What's going to happen? Does anybody have an answer out there for that? Are we just going to sit back and say, oh, well, I can't do nothing about it, I'll just live with it? Is that what's going to happen? Is that what you're going to do? What about this? What about Taylor Swift and all her Swifties? Do you know what a Swiftie is? That's a dedicated, hardcore Taylor Swift follower. They're called Swifties. Do you know how many Swifties she has worldwide? 50 million plus Swifties. Want to talk about a sheepload? You want to talk about a herd? You want to talk about zombieistic? Why in the heck, in any eyeball of anything of creation, would you follow an entertainer to the point of the best thing in the world? Entertainers suck. Movie stars suck. Look what Robert De Niro has turned into. He has turned into a hermit. He is locked in his house. You don't ever hear from him anymore. Look at Tom Hanks, okay? Tom Hanks. Mr. I'm better than everybody else, and I'm going to tell you what to do. And all the other entertainers. Why would you follow someone of that nature? So anyway, let me tell you about Taylor Swift. She claims that she writes all her own songs. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but she claims she does. The night of the debate, 30 minutes after the debate, she tweeted to 50 million people that she was voting Harris. She was voting blue. Follow me. Unbelievable. Well, from what I understand, she lost about 25 million Swifties. That's what I heard. So her Swiftie pack, is shrinking. I never liked the actress. Actresses and actors are liars. They get paid to lie to you. That is what a movie star is. They read a script and it's a lie. It is an act. Do you get that? You get it? Actor, actress, entertainer. People lavish and follow entertainer. And I'm talking about basketball and football and baseball and anything that has to do anything of entertaining. They look at these people like they're heroes. You know, whatever happened to my dad is my hero. I want to be just like my dad. Or I love my mom. I want to have children and raise them just like my mom did. Or my grandpa, or my grandma, or my uncle. Or I look up to my big brother. He's my hero. Whatever happened to those? Unbelievable. You know, Minnie was talking about how everybody wants the easy life. And here's a good example for you. Hang on a minute. So here's a good example for you of easy life. Now, I'm not knocking the black man, okay? So anybody that's watching that's black, I love black people. Okay? I have several friends in Dallas, Texas that are my best friends. One of them's name's Willie Chappell. I talk to him every morning. He's black. He doesn't agree with anything that has to do with BLM. And he hates BLM because BLM gives him a bad reputation. Black people, and I'm not saying all blacks, okay? But black people what I'm trying to say is sports, basketball and football have basically been taken over by blacks. And a lot of blacks want their children to grow up to be a sports entertainer. Well, here's a good example. Did you know that the whole NBA basketball organization, there is only 560 basketball players? And that's throughout the whole organization of the NBA. So we got millions and millions of people out there that want their kids to be an NBA basketball player. And that's what they teach them as they're growing up. Whether they're black or whether they're white, it really doesn't matter. And there's only 560 players. But the parents are teaching them, go out there and play basketball. I want you to play NBA. Because they're looking for the easy way out. They don't want to dig ditches. They don't want to sit behind a desk 9 to 5. They don't want to go out there and paint cars. I personally think that it should be mandatory when they get out of high school. They got to either do what Israel does and go to the army for 4 years, or do hard labor for 4 or 5 years. So that's what I'm saying tonight. You know, you got to watch what you're doing. You got to believe in your heart. And we got to understand. Yeah, 12 says send them to the army. Yeah, that's what I say. That's exactly what I say. I think that every child that gets out of high school should go to the military for a minimum of 2 years. Minimum. But that ain't going to happen. What about Clyde or Claude? Okay, Joe, you're going to have to explain yourself, and then maybe I might know what you're talking about. Felix says human. Larry Dickman says, give me that free sheet. We act a fool, okay? Joe Ortino, what about Clyde and Claude? I don't know about Clyde and Claude. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I think we ran out of things to talk about, people. I'm going to go ahead and hang up. It's 7:30 over here. Wherever you're at, we need to pray. We need to make sure that God is our provider. We need to make sure that God is watching over America, one nation under God. Do we still have a nation under God? Do we? I don't think we do. I think our nation is becoming one nation under hell. I'm thinking hell is on top of us and pushing us down the ground further and further. We have to make a change. We have to get our shit together and do what we got to do. 12 amen again. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to let you go. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. I thought I'd come on here. I heard about Trump. I couldn't believe it. It was a situation that it's just shocking. One president, 2 assassination attempts. The only president of the United States history that has lived through 2 assassination attempts. Will there be a third? Only God can protect him now. Only God can protect us.